Okay, so I'm a sociology major, so I think about certain things more often than I should. One question that I've seen so often that I think about so much is why South Asians get so much hate. I think that it's fair to say that out of all non-Black minorities, South Asians get like a crazy amount of hatred. I remember like watching those, high school interviews and it's like, what race would you not date? It's always Indian, even though that's not really a race. But I've noticed that a lot of South Asians tend to express this like isolation as a race because they just feel so hated across the board. But I think I can pinpoint why. I think that it comes down to two different things. One, skin color, and two, just having such a tight knit foreign culture. One thing that will separate East Asians from South Asians is that East Asians are closer to whiteness on the spectrum. I think that one similarity we can see between East Asians and South Asians is that they have very tight-knit cultures, mainly because they were able to immigrate to this country on their own. The majority of Asian people were not like forced here by slavery like Black people and came to start a new life and a lot of times had, some sort of wealth. This is where we see like a similarity of hatred against Asians in general. It's just because of the fact that this tight knit culture was able to last that immigration. Because their culture was not stripped away from them, they were able to keep it and retain it, and that just led to a lack of assimilation. Yet we still see like a stark difference in treatment between East Asians and South Asians. And I think the difference is generally just skin color. Of all non-Black minorities, South Asians tend to be the darkest. And racially, I feel like this has garnered them a very, interesting specific place. Like you look brown, but you're not Black. So it's just like, how do I treat you? Where do I place you? And also just again, by having that very strong cultural bond, less of that assimilation there, there's more to characterize and then put into a box and hate for like the masses. I think this is why we even see other races like Black people hate on South Asians too. Because African Americans were like completely stripped of their culture, they had to kind of create a new one in America. So much of Black culture is pretty much intertwined with what we call American culture too. Because the Black identity has basically been created here in America and is the foundation of American culture, it just feels more familiar. This is why like even Black people can other South Asian people because they still feel like somewhat in some type of group here in America. So yeah, those are just like my thoughts that I have formed in my head. If anyone just like blatantly disagrees with me or has like further insight, just let me know. I just thought this would be like an interesting thing to demonstrate.